Hey everybody. So this is the Retro Regamer. Want to talk to you guys about Gamestop. The lovely jewel of a company. So many of you saw my video on Super Nintendo pre-orders and what happened yesterday and how pretty much all the pre-orders went up, and some of them in less than a minute were gone. Some in less than 10 minutes were gone. And several websites crashed, including GameStop's. So some people went and did pre-orders in store, which I actually managed to go in the store and get one if it doesn't get canceled. So I'm excited about that. But really, GameStop, after they do that, after they put all that up online, they decided, you know what? We could sell more crap if we bundle it with the Super Nintendo pre-order. We can take something we don't want or need and probably have a lot of extra stock of and put it with something that is selling like hotcakes right now and for $400 on eBay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's screw over the whole retro community. Yay! What does that sound like? Oh, it sounds like a little while ago when GameStop was like, we're going to take in retro games. We're going to sell retro games and consoles and all kinds of retro stuff because, hey, we need to get into that market. Because why not? Because we're losing viability in the marketplace. So, they take in games. Got a copy of Metal Warriors you want to trade in? We'll give you $5 for it. Yeah, bring it on in here. So then, you bring it in. They may or may not give you next to nothing for it, and then they don't even test the freaking thing to make sure it's still actual game. Like, aside from it being potentially a reproduction cartridge, aside from it possibly having a repro label, they don't plug in the game into any kind of system that can play it. Okay, it doesn't have to be an original console. Plug it into a Retron, plug it into something else, whatever. I don't care. But test the freaking game. This is disappointing. So I've ordered a few things from GameStop, and I've gotten a couple fakes, and I've gotten a couple legitimate ones. And I first thought, this is cool. This is a kind of a neat idea that there's a modern medium for me to get retro games, see them in a list, pick out what I need, add it to my cart, and go. That's kind of cool. Awesome. All right? Big major retailer. Pretty cool. Right? Wrong. Okay, so the first thing I got was Shinobi, which was kind of cool. I ordered Shinobi. It came with the box, the manual, the cartridge, everything. It was legitimate. It played great. No problems. Then, I got another game. Fake. Another game. Fake. Okay, got a couple disc games. Nothing but the disc. Kind of played if they wanted to. I had to clean up a couple of them, and I actually finally got them to play. But, yeah. So, anyway, then they go and do this whole bundling with the NES Classic and now this bundling with the SNES Classic. But what really gets me about the SNES Classic bundling, it's not even out yet. It's a pre-order. They're selling you a bundle that doesn't fully exist yet for hundreds of dollars more than the system itself costs. What the heck? Come on, GameStop. Nintendo's also at fault because they said there would be more stock of this. They said this all wouldn't happen, and it happened. Probably worse than it did with NES Classic because now people know about it, people expected it, and people have been waiting on it for a long time now. The NES Classic, I think, kind of caught a bunch of people by surprise, but now you have a huge growth in that area of people that saw the NES Classic last year, saw how much it was going for, heard about the SNES Classic. Major news outlets have still covered it just like they did with the NES Classic, and then you don't deliver. My only tiny shred of hope I'm holding on to right now is that all these stores held back a huge chunk of their allocation for their brick and mortar stores because they're expecting huge lines of people in their brick and mortar stores. That, in my mind, will probably redeem it a tiny bit. But either way, this was a giant piece of crap, Nintendo. I mean, that's great. You try to coordinate everybody to go live at the same time. A couple people screwed up. A couple people didn't listen. A couple people were like, "Peace out. We're not doing that." So, yeah. So that's the situation. That's what's going on. Probably aren't any more pre-orders. Probably nothing else is going to pop up. There's been some rumors that maybe Amazon or Walmart or Best Buy might get a second wave because they're pretty big retailers. They're sold out exceptionally fast. And for Amazon and Best Buy, it went at weird times. Walmart went within like a minute, but that could be because if they didn't put any kind of limit on the stock allocation, a bunch of bots probably took those out and people ordered hundreds of them at once. And I don't see why they can't put a CAPTCHA on these things, like when you're checking out, to at least kind of stem some of that. Have some human interaction there to make sure that, it's not somebody just scalping 15 of these systems, and limit the freaking quantity. At least Target limited it to 2, I think. But anyway, so there's my rant. Kind of sad about that. I hope they step up their game. Hope they actually get enough product out there. I'm probably going to be waiting in line on September 29th to try to get one of these things. So anyway, let me know your stories in the comments. Let me know what you think. I would say call GameStop. Email them. Same thing with Nintendo. Let them know about their crappy business practices, how much you don't like it, and all of that. Probably won't do any good, but maybe the more people that beat up their door and get annoyed about stupid crap like this will help them fix some of this stuff. And they'll actually try to do some better fan service. But it's not looking too great. In the meantime, if you want something not as depressing, go watch my Sonic Mania video, because Sega did a great job with this. Although I wish there was a physical release of the game. They could have put that in the little case instead of the little ring that they had in there, but I guess that was probably too expensive or something. But if this thing had been $99, I would have still bought it, so they should have just charged me more. But anyway, so go check that out. Thanks again for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think.